Writing. Imagine standing on an airfield in the early years of the Cold War, looking out across a runway as a sleek silver jet prepares for takeoff. The sun reflects off its polished metal skin, the engine begins to roar, and within moments the aircraft accelerates down the runway and lifts into the sky. This is the legendary F-86 Sabre, one of the most iconic fighter jets ever built by the United States. More than just an airplane, the F-86 Sabre became a symbol of American innovation, courage, and determination during a time when air power was rapidly changing the future of warfare. The story of the F-86 Sabre begins in the years immediately following World War II. Military planners understood that the age of propeller-driven fighters was coming to an end. Jet technology had arrived, and nations around the world were racing to develop aircraft capable of flying faster, higher, and farther than ever before. American engineers studied captured German research and combined those discoveries with their own innovations to create a revolutionary fighter aircraft. The result was a machine that would redefine aerial combat for an entire generation. When the F-86 first took to the skies in 1947, it immediately demonstrated remarkable potential. Its swept-wing design allowed it to approach the speed of sound while maintaining stability and control. The aircraft looked modern even by today's standards, with smooth aerodynamic lines and a powerful jet engine that gave it exceptional performance. Pilots quickly recognized that they were flying something special. The Sabre was fast, responsive, and capable of performing complex maneuvers that previous fighters could only dream about. One of the most significant features of the F-86 Sabre was its swept wings. Engineers discovered that sweeping the wings backward reduced drag at high speeds and improved performance near the sound barrier. This design allowed the aircraft to fly faster and more efficiently than many of its contemporaries. The swept-wing configuration became a standard feature of future fighter jets, making the Sabre an important stepping stone in aviation history. Powered by the General Electric J47 turbojet engine, the Sabre delivered impressive performance. The engine generated thousands of pounds of thrust, pushing the aircraft to speeds exceeding 680 miles per hour. For pilots of the late 1940s and early 1950s, these speeds were extraordinary. Flying at such velocities required new skills and new tactics. Pilots had to adapt to a world where engagements happened faster and decisions had to be made in seconds rather than minutes. Inside the cockpit, the F-86 provided a relatively advanced flying experience for its era. The layout was designed with pilot efficiency in mind, allowing critical information to be easily monitored during combat. The aircraft featured a bubble canopy that offered excellent visibility, giving pilots a clear view of the sky around them. This visibility was a major advantage during dogfights, where spotting an enemy aircraft first could mean the difference between victory and defeat. The Sabre's armament was equally impressive. Most variants carried 6.50 caliber machine guns mounted in the nose. These weapons could unleash a devastating stream of fire capable of damaging or destroying enemy aircraft. Later versions were equipped to carry rockets, bombs, and other external stores, increasing the aircraft's versatility. Whether performing air-to-air combat missions or supporting ground forces, the F-86 proved adaptable and effective. Although the aircraft was already impressive, its true test came during the Korean War. When conflict erupted on the Korean peninsula in 1950, jet fighters from opposing sides soon found themselves battling for control of the skies. The appearance of the Soviet-designed MiG-15 presented a serious challenge to United Nations air forces. The MiG was fast, heavily armed, and capable of operating at high altitudes. To counter this threat, the United States deployed the F-86 Sabre. The skies over Korea became the setting for some of the most famous jet versus jet battles in aviation history. Pilots flying the Sabre faced highly skilled opponents in intense aerial engagements that often occurred at speeds approaching the sound barrier. The area known as MiG Alley became legendary among fighter pilots. Here, American aviators tested their abilities against determined adversaries in a dangerous contest of skill, technology, and courage. Despite facing a formidable opponent, the F-86 quickly proved its worth. American pilots appreciated the aircraft's handling characteristics, particularly its ability to dive rapidly and maintain control during high-speed maneuvers. The Sabre's sophisticated gunsight system also provided a significant advantage. By helping pilots accurately predict where to aim, the system improved the chances of scoring hits during fast-moving dogfights. Many of the pilots who flew the F-86 became legends in their own right. They described the aircraft as responsive, reliable, and forgiving. In the hands of a skilled aviator, the Sabre could perform remarkable maneuvers and exploit weaknesses in enemy tactics. These pilots often relied on teamwork, discipline, and experience to achieve success against capable adversaries. As the war continued, the F-86 established an impressive combat record. Although exact numbers remain debated by historians, there is little doubt that the Sabre achieved considerable success in air combat. Its performance helped secure air superiority for United Nations forces and demonstrated the effectiveness of American jet fighter technology. The aircraft earned a reputation as one of the finest fighters of its generation. Beyond Korea, the F-86 became an important asset for many allied nations. The aircraft was exported around the world and served with air forces across Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and the Americas. Countries valued the Sabre for its reliability, performance, and versatility. In many regions, it became the backbone of national air defense efforts during the tense years of the Cold War. The widespread adoption of the Sabre reflected America's broader strategy of strengthening alliances through military cooperation. By providing advanced aircraft to friendly nations, the United States helped create a network of capable air forces prepared to defend shared interests. The Sabre therefore played a role not only as a combat aircraft but also as a diplomatic tool that reinforced international partnerships. Throughout its service life, the aircraft underwent numerous upgrades and modifications. Engineers continually refined its systems, improving performance and expanding mission capabilities. New variants featured more powerful engines, enhanced avionics, and increased weapons capacity. These improvements allowed the Sabre to remain effective even as aviation technology continued to advance at a rapid pace. The aircraft also demonstrated remarkable versatility. While primarily designed as a fighter, it successfully performed ground attack missions, reconnaissance operations, and training roles. This flexibility made it valuable to air forces operating under a variety of conditions and mission requirements. Few aircraft of the era could match the Sabre's ability to adapt to changing circumstances. The F-86's influence extended far beyond its operational service. Lessons learned from its development and combat experience shaped future generations of fighter aircraft. Engineers studied its successes and incorporated key concepts into newer designs. Many of the aerodynamic principles proven by the Sabre became standard features of modern jet fighters. Its impact on pilot training was equally significant. Flying the Sabre required aviators to master high-speed jet operations and sophisticated combat tactics. Training programs developed around the aircraft helped prepare pilots for the challenges of modern aerial warfare. These experiences contributed to the evolution of fighter pilot doctrine and established standards that remain relevant today. The aircraft's sleek appearance also captured the public imagination. Newsreels, magazines, and photographs frequently featured the Sabre as a symbol of technological progress and national strength. For many Americans, the aircraft represented the cutting edge of aviation innovation. Children built model kits, aviation enthusiasts followed its achievements, and military personnel admired its capabilities. Even decades after its introduction, the F-86 continues to hold a special place in aviation history. Restored examples can still be seen at museums and airshows, where they attract attention from visitors of all ages. Watching a Sabre fly today offers a glimpse into an era when jet aviation was still new and the future seemed full of limitless possibilities. Veterans who flew the aircraft often speak of it with affection and respect. They remember the excitement of climbing into the cockpit, hearing the engine come to life, and feeling the aircraft respond to every control input. Many describe the Sabre as a pilot's airplane, a machine that rewarded skill and inspired confidence. These personal memories help preserve the legacy of an aircraft that played a vital role in shaping military aviation. The Sabre's story is ultimately about more than technology. It is a story of innovation, determination, and human achievement. Engineers pushed the boundaries of what was possible. Pilots risked their lives to defend their nations. Ground crews worked tirelessly to keep aircraft ready for action. Together, they transformed a remarkable design into one of the most successful fighter jets of the 20th century. As aviation technology continued to evolve, newer aircraft eventually replaced the Sabre in frontline service. Supersonic fighters introduced greater speed, advanced radar systems, and guided missiles that changed the nature of air combat. Yet the retirement of the Sabre did not diminish its importance. Instead, it marked the completion of a chapter that had fundamentally influenced everything that followed. Looking back today, the F-86 Sabre stands as a milestone in aerospace engineering. It bridged the gap between the propeller-driven fighters of World War II and the sophisticated supersonic aircraft of the modern era. It demonstrated the effectiveness of swept-wing design, showcased the potential of jet propulsion, and proved itself in the demanding environment of combat. Its achievements continue to be studied by historians, engineers, and military professionals. Aviation museums proudly display preserved examples as reminders of a transformative period in history. Enthusiasts celebrate its elegance, performance, and enduring legacy. The aircraft remains an enduring symbol of American aviation excellence and Cold War-era innovation. When people discuss the greatest fighter aircraft ever built, the F-86 Sabre consistently earns a place in the conversation. Its combination of speed, maneuverability, reliability, and combat effectiveness set a standard that many aircraft aspired to match. It helped establish American dominance in jet aviation and demonstrated the value of investing in advanced aerospace technology. More than 70 years after its first flight, the Sabre's legacy